Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some common mistakes that I've seen in the Blackburne. There's pretty much two big ones, and I'm going to start with this variation. So here or later, a mistake that I see is people go f5, and the reason they do it is because you play the Stonewall, you play the Stonewall Dutch, you're just so accustomed to pushing this pawn here. But with no pawn on d5, this is a shattered wall. This diagonal is going to hurt. This pawn is a weakness. So this is not what you want to do against this. So really don't go, pretty much never go f5 unless like it wins material or something, because there's no pawn on d5. So that's one mistake that I see. Let's go, I mean, we can go knight d7. So this is gonna be kind of a ghetto move order. But let's say like here, let's say this, let's go c5, and let's do some trades. Okay, so I want to get a knight to e5 to show you guys what to do. All right, so here, okay, let's say here, let's say this. All right, so this, we all know what to do. I'm even gonna go bishop. Okay, I'm not gonna go bishop d3. So here, castle. For purpose's sake, we're gonna go bishop e2. Now here, e5 would be great, like we talked about in a different video. But here, do not go b6, because now knight c6, and they can grab your bishop back. Now, once again, I keep saying this, it's not the end of the world. You still have, honestly, you have a great position here. You have two open files you're going to put pressure on. But if you can avoid going b6, if they have this idea of knight c6, generally you're going to see with the knight here. This is a very weird move order. But yeah, don't get knight c6. And those are the big two. The other one I would say that I've seen sometimes is when they castle queenside, there's no sense of urgency from black. And if you just let them castle queenside, you can get in a very bad position. Like let's say here, remember bishop g5, we do not go c5 first because of this pin. We deal with this pin with bishop e7. And I'm just gonna, well, that would transpose. But let's say queen e2 here. Let's say take, and castle. So if they castle queenside here and you do nothing, you're going to be in trouble. This attack can be strong if you give them time. So we're going to try to react pretty fast. Another thing, don't go f5 here. Get the aids pawn. Probably just knight f6. If queen here, remember, we're happy to trade here. And if you get this endgame, worst case, you get an endgame. But we're going to have a lot of material out on endgames coming up in the next week or two. So I promise you, you guys will have a big advantage over your opponents in the endgame if you get there. So worst case, if you're black, you get an equal endgame and you're going to have to play. I understand it might be a little bit boring, but your opponents probably won't know what to do, and it'll go from boring to winning real fast. So those are the kind of the three big common mistakes: castle queenside, giving up the bishop, and then going f5. f5 is a big one I see, and it's very instinctual for you, so definitely keep that in mind. Like, be very careful when you go f5 in the Blackburne. Apart from that, y'all are good to go.